Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Nine Knives, Revenant, Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started.
Teachers? Hello? Tits and monkey's arse. Does this damn contraption even work? Aha! There we are. Hello? Hello, Rangers? This is Elijah Ward. You may recall our meeting in Broadmoor Heights.
Elijah Ward. Yeah. We rescued his kid from the Garden of the Gods. In fact, we rescued both of his kids. Sort of. Rescued is relative when victory's involved. Sure, we remember you, Mr. Ward. You're the one spearheading the solar panel project.
So polite. Thank you for taking my call. I wish to speak to you regarding an acquaintance of mine who may have contacted you. Theodoric Curie.
Sure, we know Theo. Why do you ask?
You are not the first Theo has approached with his mad idea. I turned him down flat, trying to tap an unstable nuclear device for power. The idea is criminally irresponsible. He must be stopped.
Now hold on, he described this as some sort of cold fusion reactor. That should be safe, right?
That is because he didn't read the material he showed me as thoroughly as I did. I admit, I don't entirely understand it either, but the thing Theo is asking you to find isn't a reactor. It's some kind of nuclear bomb. And as we're only 8 miles downwind from its location, if his foolish tinkering sets it off, life as we know it will end here in Colorado Springs for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Okay, that's not great. But that does seem to be a bit of doomsaying. Doctor, you're spearheading the Colorado Springs solar panel project, right? I'm not trying to cast aspersions, but are you sure you're not feeling a bit jealous about Theo's discovery?
I admit some jealousy, yes. But beneath that is genuine fear. Even if Theo manages to extract energy from the thing safely, it'll still be there, still be volatile, waiting for some enemy to come along and set it off.
Huh. I'm actually slightly impressed he copped to it. A lot of people would have just doubled down and continued denying it, making themselves seem a whole lot more suspicious in the process. But, yeah, that's a good sign that he's not up to nefarious ne'er-do-wellness.
For that reason, if no other, Theo's plans must be foiled, and the power source, whatever it is, rendered inert for all time.
What exactly are you suggesting, Dr. Ward?
Yes. Well, I have a very simple but very unspecific request. Dismantle it. Whatever it is, however it works, when you find it, just make it inoperable, so that neither Theo or any other future fool can try to tamper with it. I don't know enough about the thing to tell you how to do this, or if it's even possible, but if you are able to, do so. You would be ridding the world of a ticking time bomb and ensuring the continued safety of Colorado Springs. And in case that isn't incentive enough, I'll pay you for your services, which is probably more than Theo has offered.
Interesting. They're hitting us with the binary decision early on this one. Though I imagine there will be other ethical and moral conundrums for us to tackle later, once we actually get to the cult. It's a valid concern, too, because from what I do understand about this thing, just based on the pre-launch material, it is essentially a nuclear explosion or fusion event, just drastically slowed by some sort of stasis field. So if someone were to actually disrupt that stasis field, the explosion or fusion event would complete in the blink of an eye. But I'm not ready to scuttle this project just yet. We'll take it under consideration.
Very well. I suppose I can't expect more than that. All I can do is hope that when you see it for yourself, you do the right thing. Good luck, Rangers.
And again, I am slightly impressed he took it so well. I was really expecting a harder sell. Good on you, Elijah.
Elijah Ward, signing off.
And welcome back to Wasteland 3. Already in progress, as you can see. My original plan was just to park us right outside the new location so that we'd be ready to jump right in after the intro, but then that triggered, so my plans changed just slightly. That said, let's pop over there and check this place out. Oh. What's going on here?
Citizens of Colorado, this is your patriarch speaking.
Right. Thanks all. We've already heard that one. Cheyenne Mountain is a pre-deluge military and research facility, rumored to house an ancient energy source. Sounds like we're in the right place. Rescue Theo. Well, that was quick. Always nice to see a mission immediately go south. Welcome to Cheyenne Mountain. Howdy, Ranger. As you explore the depths of Cheyenne Mountain, you'll encounter several new gameplay features. Even for experienced players, we recommend selecting Continue to see the new tutorials about them. If you'd prefer to go in guns blazing, you can choose to disable tutorials instead. No, we'll keep them enabled, but once again, I will state that I'm not a fan of DLC-exclusive gimmick mechanics. I just prefer to have that stuff spread out over the full campaign, you know? Though, to be fair, the ones in Steel Town weren't really that bad once I got used to them. Except for maybe the hazard shields. 2 rounds of 100% damage immunity was a bit much. I see we've also got an obvious pressure plate for the Kodiak, which is linked to these bollards, so that seems pretty straightforward.
This is wrong. You can't keep the holy detonation to yourselves.
Blasphemy! The sacred glow belongs to the nucleus alone!
The glow belongs to everyone.
The angel has spoken! You will all be cast out to die in the wasteland with the rest of the unworthy!
Stop this! There's no need for violence.
Oh, hey, I found Theo. You may have missed him. It was very subtle. And we've also got a whole passel full of relatively tough-looking zealots. Fairly inaccurate ones, but I'm sure that'll change once we actually provoke a real fight. Not really sure what to expect from these guys. I'm sure there'll be some fancy gimmicks involved. Robot. Seems pretty straightforward. Maintenance management system online. Please enter your command. Check maintenance logs. There are more than 100 years of daily logs to scroll through. All the pre-deluge logs are similar, detailing minor repairs and regularly scheduled maintenance. Ranking the files by bit size, you're able to find a few logs with more incidents. March 21st, 1998. I think that's actually when the deluge took place, slightly earlier than the Great War in Fallout. The log is over 50 pages long. It begins. Auto repair request. Structural damage to entrance tunnel. Power outage all levels. Ceiling collapse level 3. Broken pipes level 2. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds like a facility that was struck by a nuclear missile. March 22nd, 1998. The log is identical to the previous day's log, except for a note next to almost every repair request. Unable to complete. Entrance locked. Yes, I can see how that might be a problem. May 26th, 2021. Auto repair request. Damage to entrance tunnel turrets and main door. Bullet holes in tunnel floor. Dispose of corpses and clean up bloodstains. June 30th, 2079. Clean up animal feces and bones in entrance tunnel. Guys, I don't think the survivors who hold up here made it. February 9th, 2106. New maintenance admin added. Be Bazor. Clean entrance tunnel, fix main doors, fix floating dock elevator, replace light bulbs. So that must be when the cult moved in. Interesting. That's not too far before the events of this game. Like, relatively speaking, that's still like 15, 20 years. No, maybe less than that. I'll have to double check that. Check robot status. Status, low power. Battery defect detected. Open robot storage. Opening maintenance robot storage. Lovely. Let's go have a chat with our new friend here.
Startup complete. Initiating system check. Alert. Battery power fault detected. System failure may occur. Greetings. How may I be of assistance?
Not sure. What can you actually do?
I am programmed to perform emergency repairs and provide medical assistance to injured personnel.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds promising. Come with us if you want to serve.
Please wait while I confirm your identity with reports of base personnel.
Yeah, about that.
No report found matching your scan. Request delete. Suspicious intruder.
Yeah, that. It's fine. We're new here. We're just not in the system yet.
I am programmed to assist authorized personnel only. Please make no sub and move. Equips cancelled. Switching to standard maintenance subrouted. Have a good day.
We had a hacking option.
Greetings. How may I be of assistance?
Come with us?
Please wait while I confirm no report found matching your scan. Request delete. Suspicious intruder.
Right. So we can yank its memory module, which would essentially be lobotomizing it. Which does feel slightly unethical, after everything we just went through in Steeltown. Though it also returns to my conundrum from the machine commune, which is, where exactly do you draw the line between simple machine intelligence and actual signs of sentience or sapience? Because there are a lot of robots that have clearly started developing signs of free will, and then there are others that are just simple machines. And I definitely get more of the machine vibe from this guy. Dude's got a bad battery, so he's on borrowed time anyway.
memory module not detected. Restarting in safe mode. Restart completed. Initiating follow and assist mode. Warping. Battery power fault detected. System failure may occur.
Neat. So are you following us now? You are. Lovely. Though, of course, he's also on a clock, so I'm not sure how long he'll last. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Repairs complete.
Yes, that is how it works. I too punch things until they stop being broken. Holy radiation. Watch out! That Eero yellow-orange glow is holy radiation, which is found only within Cheyenne Mountain. Holy radiation starts at level 1 and builds up to level 10, with higher levels bringing increasingly severe effects. Most harmful, but some helpful. Holy radiation can only be removed using the rare items called Holy Radiation Batteries, so you'll need to consider when and on whom to use them. Okay, I immediately don't like the sound of that. Stacking permanent debuff that can only be removed by rare consumable items? That just sounds like a recipe for a bad time. But, you know, we'll see how that pans out. This repaired steam pipe still emits some faint residual radiation. Right, so let's just give that a wide berth. We've also got a broken valve next to it, but we can't... Oh, okay, I see. Left-handed screwdriver. Would lefty still be loosey and righty still be tighty? Yes, I believe that is how it works. Without the servitor, we would have had to send someone through the steam just to fix that valve and turn it off for the rest of the party.
Is not for the unworthy.
And this just brings us up on their flank. The generator there brings down the doors. Radiation detection rod. Originally used by Cheyenne's pre-deluge scientists as a wearable warning system that turned yellow when they absorbed radiation, these rods, made of the lab-grown synthetic diamond, are now worn by the followers of Holy Detonation as a badge of honor to prove they've worshipped in the presence of their god. I like that. That's a nice bit of flavor for a post-apoc setting. Let's set up a bit back from the doors. We don't want them on top of us right after we open them. So once this opens, they're going to be coming at us from both sides. That's a bit awkward. All right, let's do this. Oh. Well, that was slightly too close, but thankfully they can't see us through that wall, so it didn't trigger combat. Wow, that is sheer luck on our part. I'm afraid to move them now. They also have the left door blocked off with terrain, so it's really just the right door we have to worry about. Okay, let's start with the ranged guy in the back. Otherwise, I feel like he'll head straight for those barrels, which isn't ideal. Never mind. Turns out we don't have line of sight. rally. Kodiak, moving up. Let's hit that panel. Yeah, we'll just bring them all the way up. Left door is already blocked, so let's block off the right door too. That'll slow them down. This is our final adventure in Wasteland 3, so no reason to hold back now. We'll have Bonkers do some trimming. Oh, what is this? Death delayed. This zealot's life has been extended by the power of holy radiation, but the brightest flames burn out quick. Right. Okay, so it's like an ablative perk, one that prevents them from dying when they're hit with lethal damage, and instead resets them at 1 con. Looks like they've all got it too, which is annoying, but nothing we can't work around. And then Holy Radiation is just an assortment of minor buffs, so nothing to really worry about there. Oh wow, okay, that is immediately more obnoxious. Apparently, Death Delayed also makes them immune to conventional damage. Also, what is going on there? There's a lot to take in here. Alright, let's see here.
You think you could kill me?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how your thing works. Bonkers is using an explosive gun, which means these guys are immune to some elemental damage. But there must be something they're vulnerable to. Maybe DOT effects. And of course, next turn we can try running some down. The big problem, though, is that even if they drop dead shortly after entering that state, they can still dole out a lot of damage. We're playing on the second highest difficulty setting, so they could still wipe our entire squad if we're not careful. Fingers crossed.
The holy detonation! I'll make you play!
Oh, that shield did not last long. Bonkers down.
Для нас нет преград. За Ленина.
Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. We lost Bonkers, but he was standing right out in the open. I did expect the shield to last a bit longer, though. I can also definitely see how fighting these guys could go south quick if you take the normal aggressive or hyper-aggressive approach. So we'll have to approach these a bit more defensively and take that ablative death's delay into account.
You're gonna have to do better than that!
Honey Badger! Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a good investment. Alright, let's get Bonkers back up.
Let's get together!
And let's try the Kodiak. I'm curious to see if Morningstar can bypass that damage immunity by just squishing them. Yeah, it turns out he can. So.
Alarm, battery malfunction, internal temperature reaching critical levels, system failure minute.
Well, that's a bummer.
Hello again, Rangers. Oh, I'm glad you made it. For a moment there, I thought you would be too late. What a battle. Let me introduce you to my new acquaintance, Brother, Carbuncle of the Primordialists, who came out with his friends to welcome me when I hailed Cheyenne Mountain over the radio.
Huh, you all right there, buddy? You don't look great. Oh, you know what he looks like is, he looks like a ghoul. No, not a ghoul, a drool. He looks like a drool. But like his skin hasn't finished coming off. And, you know, he's wearing a very fine hat.
Hey, thanks for defending us. No way we'd have survived without your help. I wish I could welcome you to our home, but the bastard nucleus finally made their move. And it looks like we're gonna have to fight to get back in.
I immediately hate the way you talk. Still like the hat.
Curious. It speaks.
Yes, I guess you could technically call that speaking.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to help us with that? We can offer you food and supplies.
It will also help us get closer to our goal.
Okay, could we maybe take like 5 steps back? I was a little distracted by the constant slurping. What's happening?
Yes. I know you explained it to me once on our way here, Carbuncle. But all this violence has blown it clear out of my head. Would you mind going over it again?
No.
Sure. Okay. So I'm Brother Carbuncle, and my friends and I are Primordialists. The ones we fought are nucleists, and it sucks that we're fighting at all. Those people used to be my friends.
I'm taking my headphones off.
See, in the beginning was the holy detonation, and us worshippers were called primordialists. We believe the detonation's sacred glow will make us all one, and we want to share it with the whole world. But one of us, Deuterium, started saying the world wasn't worthy of the glow, and we should keep it to ourselves. We called that heresy, so he went off and started a cult, the Nucleus, and called himself an abbot. Since then, the peaceful paradise that Cheyenne Mountain used to be has become a hellhole. Oh, it's terrible.
Well, that's a shame. It does seem like it was a very lovely place once. Like before they built this facility. So what are you, exactly? Aside from disgusting. Are you human?
Oh, I am. I'm just evolved. Gloriously evolved. Father Bezor says. Mutation makes us all differently, and I went down the proto-drool path. Still got my voice, though. Kinda. But some folks lose that first. It all depends. Eventually, I'll just be a big blob of protoplasm. It'll be great.
Yes, that does sound nice.
Fascinating.
That is certainly a word in the English language, Theo. And what's that nightmare over there?
Oh, that's a tumor colony. They form all over the place in Cheyenne Mountain. Kinda hard to clear them once they gather like that. Sister Melanoma could tell you more about them once we get inside. If we get inside.
Okay, then I'll just try to not think about that for now. So what did we walk into when we first came in here? The guys we killed were bad guys, right?
That was Deuterium picking his moment. Up till now, there's been no fighting between the two sides, but I guess he decided it was time. He knew just when to strike. Bastard. He must have heard our call to Theo here, saying we'd come out to welcome him. Because when we got back, the Nucleus were waiting for us.
My dear friend, I am so sorry if my call caused all this. How terrible.
It's not your fault, Theo. But we gotta hurry back inside. They're attacking our camp in there. I heard our brothers and sisters calling for us on the walkie. That damn Deuterium's trying to wipe us out once and for all.
Yeah, about that. Normally when I shoot people, they scream and bleed and die. These guys started glowing. Is that just a thing here? Is that something we have to get used to?
Yeah. Some mutations are more useful than others, right? You get enough radiation in you and it can come back out in all kinds of crazy ways. For them, it keeps them alive for a little while after they buy the farm.
Yeah, I got, kangaroo pouches. So, yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, any friend of Theo's is a person we'll see what we can do.
Praise the great glow. Thank you, friends. Here's the passcode for the airlock. You enter it into the terminal next to it. Just be prepared for more fighting.
Well done, friends. You're one step closer.
One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Everything you say to me. There's a lot of handwritten info on this page. Fortunately, Theo has circled the airlock passcode. OU812. I'm not gonna make it through this, am I? I think this is the end of RetconRaider. Well, we had a good run. Let's see what else we've got here. Vigor Dart. Built on the same components as the common med darts, these micro darts instantly alleviate many common battlefield afflictions. Oh, nice. Yeah, that is a logical extension of the med darts. I like that. Uranium sprayer. You don't know what train of thought led to this SMG using rad-sucking crystal shards as ammo, but you're pretty sure it went off the rails a long time ago. Uranium storm fires at each enemy in weapon range up to a total of 12 enemies. Each bullet fired does double its normal damage. Wow. That's actually pretty exceptional, though, it uses crystal shards as ammo. WWPD bracelet. Words etched on the inside of the bracelet read, "What would plutonium do?" I don't know. Kill you? Gently glowing science textbook. Unless this pre-war textbook is a Bible in disguise, something meaningful must be inside if it's glowing like that. Science for psychos. Oh god. No. Healable flesh face. In this case, you really don't want to see what's behind the mask. No. Do not like. Black eyeshadow. You can't be in a cult without some gothy makeup. It's the law. Oh, I have so many faces in my inventory. Please. Please. Help. Spiky metal collar. You're not sure if the spikes are meant to keep it on or keep others away. Alright. There's the tumor door. And that's where we came in. Let's scout around the Kodiak real quick. All clear? How about you guys?
Thank you for saving us from those nucleus friends. I'm Sister Benign of the Primordialists. We owe you our lives.
Oh, shucks, ma'am. Don't mention it. So what's your take on this whole, shindig?
Seems like Abbot Deuterium and the Nucleus are trying to kill all of us Primordialists. They're attacking our camp inside, too. We've got to get in there and save our brothers and sisters. Can you help us?
Yes, we will certainly see what we can do, and I hope we get to talk to you more in the future and not the other guy.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. Be one with the glow, friends.
I mean, look, Carbuncle's nice. I can't deal with him drooling in my ears.
Ready to go when you are, Rangers.
I think we're good, but what are we doing next?
Like I said, you should use the code I gave you to get the airlock open.
Indeed.
Okay, well, you know, I was about to die inside from that slurping, but the Indeed saved it for me. An immense cancerous mass has grown across this doorway. Your weapons cannot breach the thick mucus and calcified plating that covers it. Well, gosh, how incredibly inconvenient, but not to worry, I bet Sister Melanoma will tell us just what we need to do to get through these things. I imagine it will also involve some sort of rare new consumable item that will force us to pick and choose which of these loot rooms we crack open. And as a bonus, we've got Holy Radiation, with loot stashed inside it. Clearly there to tempt us. Dare we irradiate ourselves just for some paltry loot? Well, that's not even a question. I mean, we're talking about a guy who regularly sets himself on fire in combat. But just to be on the safe side, we will send Rhett in solo. Quickly, quickly. Interesting. It looks like the stacks are applied not based on duration of exposure, but on how far you move through the area of effect. We'll have to keep that in mind in the future. Map the shortest routes possible. Carbon fiber, a rolled-up sheet of the blackest, lightest, sleekest, and most badass thing ever produced by material science. Firmware prototype. You aren't sure what the difference between software and firmware is, but you think it's probably rated R. Inappropriate. We also got a pendant. Radium pendant. Nobody said fashion wasn't a sacrifice. So true. And we picked up a new recipe. A mysterious new recipe. Which requires a whole ton of components. Looks like some sort of helmet prototype. Now let's have a look at what we did to Rhett. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, I can see how it would definitely be an issue at higher stacks. But Rhett's actually the best person to soak this, because at this point he's just a support tank. So he's not really worried about accuracy or crit chance. Speed might be an issue. Door sealed. Control terminal active. Code accepted. Door opening. Hey, Morningstar. What's up, buddy? Doors closed?
Yeah. It seals automatically if a security lockdown is triggered. The nucleus must have done it to keep us out.
And how do we go about lifting that lockdown?
I think there might be a way in the access control room over there. Maybe.
Cool, thanks. We're on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Please, just stop slurping in my ear. I respect your commitment to the bit, but I hate it. It's like the worst ASMR.
Best of luck.
Interesting. Maintenance notice. Configuration 10101 is causing condensation in the vents. Repairs scheduled for next week. Okay, so that's obviously the sequence we'd flip these switches to, but why would we want condensation to form in the vents? It has to be something to do with this one, because it's the only one that actually extends farther into the map. We'll hold off on that for now. We'll just check out the other doors first, get a better idea of what we're doing here. Alert! Security lockdown in progress. No entry to base at this time. Fair enough. This might call for some condensation. What am I looking at? Is that a scorpion? Security turret. Interesting. Oh, okay, I can see it. It's like on a tubular flexible stalk. That is very different than the turrets we've seen before.
This is a restricted area. Unauthorized entry will be met with lethal force.
Oh, please. Like that's ever stopped us before. Door sealed. Terminal active. Please enter your command. Opening door.
Oh dear. It appears they've activated security measures.
Yeah, those things are security beacons. You're gonna need to shut them off or they'll keep calling more robot reinforcements.
Oh no, security beacons. We didn't anticipate this. What's a security beacon?
They're part of Cheyenne's old security system. They detect and identify threats and summon robots to deal with them, which is great if you're controlling them. Not so good for us.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. How do we shut them down?
Those switches over there will do it. All you gotta do is get to them.
I hate you. But I do see what we're supposed to do here. It's like the robot spawners back in the Spire at Steeltown. Only this time they had the foresight to place enemies right in front of the switches so we can't just speedrun them like we did last time. Which is slightly more perilous.
Yeah. Good luck.
Persevere, Rangers!
Yeah, thanks. Objective-based encounters. In Cheyenne Mountain, you'll come across combat encounters that will require more than just bullets. You'll need to complete another larger objective, such as activating a security override or cutting the power. You'll receive an overview before starting each of these, and can choose when to initiate them. Fight smart and you'll come out on top. Sure. Yeah, that seems very straightforward. I don't mind the occasional objective-based encounter. Enemy spawners. Cheyenne Mountain is full of security systems that will deploy hostiles on your position. These systems cannot be defeated directly with attacks. Instead, you'll need to complete your objectives or find another way to stop the flow of enemies. Certain abilities and specialized weapons can also temporarily disrupt them, buying you some extra time. Duly noted. Thank you. Cowboy narrator. The fact they gave this 2 tutorials in a row does imply that we're going to be running into a fair number of encounters with infinite enemies. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Alright, I think the excessive number of light effects is causing some lag here, but we can see that the vent output is in that room. So let's go flip those switches, see what the condensation does. 10101. Oh my, yes, that does seem like a very expensive design flaw. But it does make things slightly easier for us. 1 down, 3 to go. That said, I think we're at a pretty good stopping point here. We're officially into it. We've taken down our first group of cultists, and we're set up for our next fight here. And obviously we're having some slight performance issues. I might tweak the settings a bit, free up some more RAM before I record the next episode, but I'll get that taken care of. As for the Cult DLC, I have some mixed thoughts. There are some things I like, and there are some I do not but I'll hold my tongue for now. I'd like to give it a chance to even out a bit before I really start criticizing. So we'll see you next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, The Cult of Holy Detonation, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel and my waning sanity, feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
All you gotta do is get to them.